Hello, welcome to yoga. Getting a little bit of a late start, but we'll get right into it in a moment. Going to play some music. You're welcome to choose your own or follow the Spotify link that's shared within the sequence. We're going to start standing today, which is a bit unusual for me, but I feel like mixing it up a little bit, doing something different. And while it looks beautiful and sunny, it's pretty early, so it's still not particularly warm here yet, which is nice. So just get started in a nice mountain pose. Just find a nice place where you can just balance, relax your shoulders back, stand tall, and breathe. Focusing primarily on breathing through your nose. Taking nice slow inhales and exhales, maybe putting your palms face forward, shoulders back, chest forward, engaging your quads and glutes a little bit, maybe your hamstrings, and just relax, engage, and relax. I'm going to start the front of my mat today for this sequence. Just work on the camera angle a little bit. See me without decapitation, which is always good. All right, so we're gonna inhale, open our arms up overhead, nice and tall, fingers together, and exhale down to center. Inhale, nice and slow, start to open up that spine. Exhale, release. One more time, inhale up, and exhale down. We're gonna inhale, arms up overhead. Interlace your fingers, lifting them up high and pointing your pointer finger up high. Then exhale, just lean to your right. Each exhale, maybe lean a little deeper. Try and keep those arms equally spaced out. Maybe like under your arm or forward or down, whichever is right for you. Inhale, slowly rise up. And exhale, lean to your left. And inhale, slowly rise up. Or cactus the arms, elbows higher or shoulder height or higher. Inhale your right heel and exhale, twist to your right. Look over that right shoulder. Inhale back through center, lower the right heel. Exhale, lift left heel and twist to the left. That dog has been very aggressive today. Exhale, release to the left. Now we're going to just inhale, arms up overhead. Just bring your right hand to your right hip. And exhale, lean to that right side again. Maybe a little deeper stretch than that first time. Inhale up and exhale. Lean to the left. Inhale your arms up. Interlace your fingers again. Pointer fingers sticking up. And exhale, lean back and maybe look up and just start to open your chest. Inhale your arms up and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, hands to your shins, half lift, and exhale, fold. In this folding, just surrender. Maybe bring one hand outside the opposite elbow, and same with the other side. And just hang heavy, hang forward. Relax your head towards the earth. And plant your hands on your shins again for half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, slowly rise up. Nice and tall. Inhale your hands behind your low back. And exhale, bend your knees and fold forward gently. And maybe you stay here. Or maybe bring your hands overhead a little bit. Maybe they're not that warm yet. That's okay. And exhale, release your hands to the earth. Inhale, rise up again. Arms up overhead. Exhale them back to mountain. Shrug your shoulders forward and back a few times each direction. Inhale, slowly rotate your head down to your right shoulder, then slowly exhale as you rotate to your left. Then maybe continue breathing, starting to take full circles, nice and slow. Pausing and breathing into any discomfort you might feel in your neck. Why it's particularly tight right here today. At any point, you're welcome to pause and switch directions. Now we're going to inhale, bring our hands, interlace our fingers together, and hands pointing out. We're going to inhale, our arms up tall and straight, and then we're going to round and sort of bend our knees. Sort of a different sort of cat-cow. Inhale, up and tall. And exhale, round. Inhale, tall. Exhale, round. And just continue doing like you would in a cat. And then on your next up, stay there. And lower your hands to your sides, back to mountain again. Just gonna make sure the video feed is working. Looks like it. Inhale our hands together. We're gonna teeter-totter standing up. Gonna have one hand facing you, the other hand facing away from you. Nice strong grip here. What you're gonna do is stretch your neck by inhaling, just moving your arms one side up, the other side, elbow down. Exhale to neutral, inhale to neutral. Sorry, exhale to neutral, inhale up, exhale neutral the other side. And just continue teeter-tottering and breathing. And stopping deliberately in the middle for each inhale or exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And what this does is it activates the root in your arm that goes all the way up the side of your neck, passing through your shoulder. One more time on each side. Go ahead and return to neutral. And inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale your hands to half lift. Exhale, fold forward and step or hop back into a plank. We're gonna take our first Vinyasa flow, high push-up to low push-up. Inhale for up dog or cobra. And exhale for down dog. It's our first down dog. Straighten one knee, bend the other. Walking your dog. Maybe rock your hips gently side to side. Eventually find stillness in this down dog. Your hands are planted firmly, as little space between the earth and your hands as possible. Fingers spread wide, just like you would in a hands and knees pose. And your elbows are slightly bent, allowing you to take pressure off your wrists. Fingers are roughly shoulder width apart, or hands are shoulder width apart. And you actively engage with your outer two fingers and your knuckle and finger rounds to again take pressure off your wrists. And we're going to bend our knees, look forward, and step or float to the fronts of our mats. Inhale, half lift, hands to our shins, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, slowly rise up. Exhale, lean to that right. Inhale, rise up through center, and exhale, lean to the left. Inhale up through center, cactus the arms, lift the right heel, twist to the right on the exhale. Inhale through center, right heel down, left heel up, twist to the left. Inhale back through center. Hands to your sides. Inhale your hands up overhead. And exhale, swan dive. Fold from your hips forward. Inhale, hands to half lift. Exhale, hands to the earth. Float back into plank. Let's hold plank for a bit. You can always be on your knees if you need to. You might lift one toe, foot, and then the other, and sort of march in place if you like. Not lifting very high, just like 3 to 6 inches off the earth. And then exhale, surrender to the earth. Vinyasa flow, inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale to down dog. Continue breathing. This time we're gonna walk to the back of our mat. Hands back to our feet. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up through chair. Bend your knees, straighten your arms, relax your shoulders. Sit back. Exhale, slowly rise. Inhale, maybe come onto your toes. I seem a little off balance today. Exhale, release your heels. Fold forward. Inhale, walk yourself back to plank. From here, you can take side plank. You can either put your knee on the earth, like that, and your left leg back, left arm up, or you can lift your left leg, or you can stack. If you stack, or even not, make sure that elbow is slightly bent. Your hands planted like you would in a down dog or child's pose or cat cow. Lifting from your hips, top shoulders back on the same plane as your legs, and top hands actively lifting up. Exhale, release to center. Inhale, switch sides. And exhale, release to center. Or take a vinyasa flow. High push-up to low push-up. Up dog or cobra to down dog. And inhale, right leg back. Exhale, glide it forward. Rise up to warrior A. Front knee's bent, back leg is straight. Hands to your hips, twist forward. Relax the shoulders, and rise up. Inhale, straighten that front leg, and exhale, rebend it. And then you're gonna bring your legs forward and sit down through a chair with your hands at heart center. And then we're gonna inhale, your right arm forward, lean forward as far as you can, and then twist, your left arm forward. It doesn't matter, one arm. You take a twist while in a chair. Inhale back to center, opposite arm forward, and then twist to that other side, knee outside your elbow. Inhale back to center, exhale, fold forward, straighten your legs. Inhale, hands to half lift, flat back. Exhale, hands to the earth, flip back into a plank, take a vinyasa flow, high push-up to low push-up. Inhale for your up dog. Exhale for down dog. Inhale your left leg in the air behind you. Exhale, glide it forward. Rise up again through warrior A. Front knee bent, back leg straight. Back foot's out at a 45-degree angle. Hips forward, shoulders relaxed. Arms straight next to your ears. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Exhale, bend it. Now walk forward again to a chair. Hands to heart center. We're gonna do something a little different this time. Instead of a twist, gonna inhale, bring one leg behind the opposite knee. Just sort of curtsy. And then release. And then switch sides with that curtsy. And release. Inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale your arms out like a T. This T, bring your hands facing forward. Just going to lean to one side again with a different orientation of our hands. So release to center. Exhale the other side. Rise back up. We'll bring our hands together, interlace your fingers, point out, and sit down into that chair again. And then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, hands to your shins, half lift. Flat back, parallel to the earth. Exhale, hands to the earth. Step or hop back into a plank. And take a vinyasa flow, high push-up to low push-up. Inhale for up dog. And exhale for down dog. Now we're going to come onto our knees for camel. Knees planted, quads forward, upper body's over your hips. And just do a gentle camel. So inhale your arms up overhead, hips forward, arms back, and then your hands can reach to your low back, elbows pointed behind you as much as you can. Hips and chest remain going forward. Your head looks forward, or maybe it looks up. I wouldn't really worry about straightening it too much in any direction. Focus should be on your hips, your chest, and your shoulders here. Exhale, release. Knees wide. Hands forward for child's pose. You're welcome to stay in child's pose or walk to a twisted child's pose, but bring your hands off to the right side of your mat and surrendering to the earth. Taking a twist. Inhale through center. Exhale the other side. Inhale back through center. Come to hands and knees. And just flip your wrists or your hands upside down. Just kind of get a little stretch on your wrists. And then flip them over, but point the hands back. And again, just kind of rock around a little bit, giving your wrists and forearms a little stretch. Maybe just bring them sideways and stretch. Maybe sideways with your hands, palms face up. Maybe inward and inward, palms face up. Just trying to get all the different angles on our wrists today. From hands and knees, just take a couple quick cat-cows here, just to reset. Inhale, lower the belly, chest forward, shoulders back, head forward. Exhale, round from the lower spine to the upper spine, head looks down. One more time, lower, straighten. Exhale, round. Return to neutral, curl your toes, come back through down dog. From down dog, come into a dolphin. So plant your forearms. Maybe walk your toes a little closer together, looking forward. Your heels will most likely be in the air. You bring one leg up behind you and hold it for a bit, pointing your toes. Exhale, release. Inhale the other side up. And exhale, release. Straighten your arms. Walk yourself back to your feet. Heel toe your feet out wide. Heels in, toes out. The edge of your mat, stand up tall. We're coming to yogi squat. If you have bad knees, you can bring your forearms under your legs and sit down, or sit down on a block. Otherwise, you can bring your elbows inside your knees or straighten your arms. If you're here, you're welcome to take a twist by inhaling your right arm up overhead, nice and tall. If that feels good, maybe wrap it around, and maybe even get a full wrap behind your body. Just keeping that front arm wrapped around that knee. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, maybe twist the other side if you'd like. Maybe take the wrap. Maybe one side's more accessible than the other. Maybe neither of them are quite a full wrap, but you're just trying anyway. And exhale. Release to center. From here, You're welcome to stay in yogi squat or explore crow, bringing your knees to your armpits or your triceps, rocking forward and maybe floating up. Exhale, return to the earth. Plant your hands, straighten your arms and legs. Heel toe them back to a normal distance apart. And slowly rise up. And bring your hands to heart center. And just settle in mountain for a moment. We're going to inhale the right knee forward. Grab your fingers around the front of your shin. And you're welcome to stay here or straighten your leg and grab your pointer and middle finger and thumb around your big toe. And then whether your knee is bent or straightened, you're welcome to open up to the side if you'd like. Maybe use the opposite arm for balance. Your knee doesn't have to be perfectly straight or anything. And then inhale, bend it forward. And then float it back for warrior C. And inhale, rise back up to center. Relax for a moment. And then inhale your left knee up. Interlace your fingers around it. Or fall down, whatever suits you this morning. You're welcome to stay here. Or interlace your pointer, middle finger, and thumb around your big toe. Extend your leg forward. And then wherever you're at, you're welcome to open up to the side, using that opposite hand for support. And you could be bent or straighter or fully straight with a slight micro bend in your knee, whatever's right for you. And then exhale, tilt forward. It's warrior C. I'm keeping my arms out the side. They could be in front of you or behind you or on the earth, whatever is right for your balance, which I seem to be lacking today. And exhale, gently release to center. Inhale, arms up overhead. And exhale, fold forward. And walk your hands forward into a down dog. Inhale, your right leg behind you. Exhale, glide it forward, coming back to warrior A again. Legs are on separate track, and in all warriors, you're going to find equal balance between your front and back body. Your hips are forward in this posture, back leg straight, front knees bent. Front foot forward, back foot out at 45 degrees. Arms up overhead, shoulders relaxed, arms by your ears. You're going to bring your hands together and exhale your back foot. Now in the same plane, heels aligned. Your foot's out at a 90-degree angle. Still, upper body's vertical. Front knees bent, back leg straight. Shoulders relaxed, arms out to the side. Look forward for warrior B. Inhale, flip your front palm, lean forward. And then lean back for reverse warrior. Keeping that front knee bent. Lifting up with that top hand. Back hand could wrap around your waist if you'd like. Make sure the front knee is still tracking over that front ankle. Now exhale, straighten your legs, keeping the arms where they are. Reverse triangle, maybe your top hand lifts a little higher. Inhale, straighten your arms, keep the legs where they are. Warrior B arms. Exhale, lean forward and then tilt down for triangle. Triangle, emphasize that top hand lifting up. Keeping that top shoulder open in the same plane as your legs. The bottom hand is really just there for support. It could be on your quad or your shin. What you don't want to do is just dump down into this pose. You're actually trying to lift up, get equal balance between your right and left side, and resist gravity. I'm going to exhale, bend that front knee, come through side angle. Your elbow can be on your quad. Your arm could be inside your your leg. Or you could come into a wrap or partial wrap. If you do a wrap, try to keep that top shoulder in the same plane as your legs rather than dumping into it. Keep it back. If you can just barely get the wrap and you're still dumping into it, maybe you don't take a full wrap, or maybe you just actively think about lifting up into that same plane, and eventually you will. From here, we're going to come into half moon. So you're going to bring your front hand outside and in front of your front foot. Back hand to your hips. Lift your top hand up. Straighten that front leg. And then we're going to exhale back to warrior B arms. Hands on our hips. We're going to come into a wide-legged forward fold. So heels out, toes together. Inhale tall. Exhale, fold forward. Your hands could be on the earth, on your legs, on blocks. Maybe your forearms reach the earth. Maybe you come into a handstand. Maybe you don't. If you're in handstand, start to come out of it. Come up to a half lift. Bring your hands to your hips and rise up. And then heel toe your feet closer together. And eventually, we're going to do goddess. So heels in, toes out. Your body's in roughly a single plane, arms up. Then exhale, bend your knees and bend your elbows to come down into goddess. Maybe lift off your heels onto your toes. If you're shaking, you're doing it right. If you're not shaking, you're still doing it right. Exhale, release your heels and straighten your arms. Hands to your hips. Heel toe your feet back out wide. Exhale, fold forward to half lift and walk yourself back into a high lunge. Three-legged dog. And you may take a vinyasa flow if you'd like. Up dog to down dog. We're going to come back to child's pose for a bit. Knees out, toes together, hands forward. You're welcome to stay there or thread the needle by bringing your right shoulder up underneath your left arm. Maybe add a twist if you'd like with your top hand outside the opposite hip. For this twisted, threaded child's pose. If you're in the twist, release that side and switch sides. Arm under the other arm. Top arm then can wrap around. And just surrender and breathe. Exhale, release to center. From hands and knees, you're welcome to come into a push-up and take another side plank on each side. Inhale and continue to breathe on the side. And exhale, release and switch sides. And exhale, release to center. Come back up to down dog. Inhale your left leg in the air behind you and exhale, glide it forward. Rise up through warrior A, front knee bent. Back leg straight out at 45 degrees. Hips forward. Equal balance between front and back. Shoulders relaxed. Arms straight up beside your head and overhead. Inhale your hands together. Exhale your foot to warrior B position. Now your heels are aligned. Back foot's out at a 90-degree angle. Front knee remains bent. Upper body is vertical. Hips to the side. Shoulders relaxed. Arms out. Look forward. Make sure that front knee's tracking over that front ankle. Make sure you're not lifting too strong with your front toes. Inhale, flip that front palm, lean forward, decompress the spine, and then lean back for reverse warrior, lifting tall with that hand, keeping that front knee bent, back leg straight. Continue to breathe. Then inhale, just straighten that front leg. Top hand higher for reverse triangle. Keeping the legs straight where they are. Inhale your arms to warrior B arms, then exhale, lean forward, and then tilt for triangle. Top hand lifting strong, top shoulder staying in the same plane as your legs. Front leg straight, front hand isn't doing much. Don't dump into the front side of your body. Lift actively so your left and right side are doing equal work. And then exhale. Bend your front knee in a side angle and take whichever variation you'd like. Maybe take a wrap, maybe don't. Then come into half moon by planting the front hand outside your foot. Back hand to your hips. Open up your hips this side, straighten your legs. And exhale. Back to warrior B arm. Except your hands on your hips. Heel toe your feet out wide. Exhale, fold forward. Plant your hands. This time we'll add a twist here. Let's inhale your right hand up in the air. And then maybe wrap it around. Maybe your bottom hand reaches outside your right foot. And exhale, release to center and switch sides. Left hand up and around your right hip. And maybe that right hand outside your left calf or ankle. And exhale, release. We're gonna take a skandasana or a lunge. First to this back leg. You could just move back to the side, or you can lunge all the way down, maybe even lifting your arms forward, maybe lifting those top toes. Back toes are at a 45-degree angle. Then you can slowly walk to the other side. And if this is too much, you can just gently walk back and forward between sides, meaning you could do something like this. And just get used to the idea of bending one side and straightening the other. Wherever you're at, return to center. Walk our hands forward. And take a three-legged vinyasa flow, or just a normal vinyasa flow, whatever's in your practice. And exhale, release. Back down to child's pose. But keep your upper body up, just your legs going to child's pose this time. So we're gonna sit up, our knees out wide, and maybe just do a little back bend. Maybe lift up a little bit. This is not quite a full hero's pose, so if you wanted to, you could go further down, bring your knees closer together, and do full hero if you'd like. Wherever you're at, just continue to breathe. And inhale, slowly start to walk back up to your hands and knees. Take a couple gentle cat-cows here. Inhale, lower the belly. Chest forward, shoulders back. Maybe look forward and exhale, round. Start at the bottom of your back. Working your way up. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale down. And from neutral, bring your right leg behind you, toes pointed down. And exhale, glide it forward. We're coming through high lizard. You're welcome to stay here. Or we can try a different variation today by turning your toes outward, placing your hand on your quad just above your knee, and twisting to that side. You're also welcome to bend that back knee and reach the opposite hand back to grab it. You can keep that front hand down, or you could bring it up and also help your knee. Maybe that knocks you over, that's okay. You're welcome to stay here, or you could take bird of paradise variation, which I often teach, which involves bringing your leg out to the side, like this. I have my front hand under here to not crush my AirPods and sunglasses, but normally just put your head on the side of your mat. This is a nice surrender posture. You keep the soles of your feet on the earth, on the right leg in this pose. wherever you're at. Come back to high lizard. Inhale, straighten that front leg for half splits. You can stay there or straighten it for a fuller expression of splits if you'd like. Mine's kind of tight today, so I'm not going to go too far. And you're welcome to slowly come back up to center. You can do a pigeon if you'd like, or you can come onto your back if you have a bad knee and do a figure four or knee to your chest. Otherwise, heel tilt your foot out to the side. Sit up nice and tall. Is your knee outside your hip? Is your hip pointing down, but not on the earth? It is elevated. Is your shin as parallel to the front of the mat as you can tolerate today? Sit up nice and tall with your hips. And if this feels good, let's start with the active pigeon first today. If you'd like, so you can either stay here or place your left hand in front of your shin and grab, your right hand in front of your shin and grab your left foot with your left hand. And maybe bring your right arm up and forward. And then go ahead and lower. And if that still feels good, you can surrender down onto your forearms. If that feels good, you can surrender further forward, surrendering all the way to the earth. You can always place a block under your hip if that helps you keep it down. Or you can bring your hands together, thumbs to your C7 and slide your elbows further forward if you'd like. Get a little tricep stretch as well if you need it or want it. I'm going to ease off a little bit just so I can focus on keeping that hip actively pushing down, but not on the earth. I'm going to hold this for a while today. Inhale, slowly rise up. Sit on that hip and bring that back leg forward. We'll just do a gentle forward fold here. Foot inside your quad, but not under it. Inhale your arms up overhead. And exhale, just fold forward over those toes. Maybe you just reach to your side or to your shins. Or maybe you reach and pull back. Maybe you bend your elbows, not to pull, but to just help yourself surrender a little bit more towards your forehead, towards your knee. Inhale, slowly rise up. Come back to hands and knees. Bring that right leg behind you. Bend your knees, stack your hips. Just rotate it out a little bit. You could do wild thing if you prefer. I'm going to skip that today. Grab a quick sip of water. And then we're going to inhale, left leg behind you, parallel to the earth, and exhale, glide it forward. And start up in high lizard or high humble warrior. You're welcome to stay here or turn that front toe outward a little bit and press onto the side a little bit if you like. You can stay here or you can bend that back knee and reach opposite hand behind you. Just get a little quad and hamstring stretch with your twist. Or you could do bird of paradise on this side by towing your foot out to the side or just letting it surrender. I like to keep this arm under the leg for support. And again, I would normally have my cheek to the earth, but I have AirPods and sunglasses on, so I'm just giving myself a little extra support so I don't crush them. When I first saw this yoga pose done, I just laughed and thought it would never be me. And a few weeks later, I could do it. And part of that was because it's actually a lot easier than it looks. It's actually easier than the other variations, in my opinion. Once you get there, you're pretty much just relaxing. We're going to slowly rise back up from high lizard. Straighten that front leg for half split. We'll bring it further forward for a fuller expression of the pose. And then you're welcome to come onto your back if you have a bad knee, or heel toe your foot out to the side for pigeon. Front shin parallel to the front of your mat. Sit up tall. And we're going to take that active pigeon first. So plant your left hand in front of your left shin. And reach back with your right hand and grab your right foot. Maybe that left hand comes up. You could just stay sitting up tall if this is too much. It's totally fine. When you're ready, exhale, release. And maybe come onto your forearms if that feels good. Or any other expression on your forearms or on your elbows or whatever feels right for you. As I said, I'm sitting up a little taller just to really emphasize bringing this back hip down towards the earth, but not onto the earth. And sometimes when I get too far down, I emphasize further forward, and then my hip's not coming back enough, and I really want to work on that a little bit this week. You can always place your arms one on top of each other and stack them and give your forehead somewhere to rest. You can rest your forehead on a block if that feels better. As a reminder, yoga is not about perfection. It's about doing your best. It's about unifying your mind, body, and breath, with your breath being the foundation for everything. So you focus on your breath first and then your mind, and your body does its best. Everything I've offered today is just a suggestion, not a command. So just do your best. Don't push yourself to failure. Usually I say this stuff at the beginning of class, but sometimes I just like to get right into it. So just a reminder, you're amazing and you can do what you should do, and that's perfect for you every day you do it. And inhale, slowly rise up and sit on that left hip, bring that right leg forward. Inhale, arms up overhead, and exhale, fold forward. Maybe grabbing your foot, maybe bending those elbows to surrender a little more without forcing it, just surrendering. So I'm not pulling, I'm just easing my shoulders down by bending my elbows. And slowly rise up. Come back to hands and knees. Straighten that left leg and then lift it up and just rotate it around. And then lower yourself onto your forearms for Sphinx. Forearms parallel, shoulder width apart. The closer your elbows are to your body, the more challenging it is. It's just meant to be a gentle stretch on your low back. If you want a little more, straighten your arms at the seal. Exhale, release. Come into bow pose. So you're going to bend your knees. The closer your knees are together, the harder it is. The wider they are, the easier this is. And like bridge, you're just going to bring one shoulder back, but then you're going to grab your foot. And then inhale, surrender. And exhale, just sort of kick onto your solar plexus. Inhale, ease off a little bit. With each exhale, try to kick a little higher. And just sort of rock a little bit. And then hold it for a couple breaths maybe. And then before surrendering, bring your arms forward and your legs back. super person, and then surrender. Making a T with your hands, planting your forehead on your hands, toes together, heels out. Inhale, one arm overhead. Exhale, roll onto your back. Bring your knees to your chest. And gently rock side to side. And come up through happy baby. Soles of your feet to the sky. Hands outside your feet. And just rock side to side. You could grab your toes and straighten your legs, but if you do that, try to keep your shoulders relaxed to the earth. And maybe this straightening causes a little bit of a rocking motion as well. Maybe bring the soles of your feet together and bring your feet towards your body in a reclined butterfly. And exhale, slowly release your feet to the earth. Straighten your arms down, up, legs down, toes curled back, so heels as far away from you as possible. And just get a nice long stretch. Imagine you're being pulled in opposite directions by an imaginary force. And then grab around your shins, give yourself a little squeeze, and relax down. Plant your feet, maybe a spinal twist, arms out like a T. Whichever variation you like. I tend to prefer just one where you bend your knees and twist to your right, looking over your left shoulder and left hand, keeping that left shoulder flat. If your knees don't gently come to the earth, maybe place a block underneath or between them for support. Or maybe straighten one or both of your legs out towards your right hand. Maybe not. Do what's right for you. Inhale, rise up through center. And exhale, twist to the other side. Start with your knees bent, looking over that right shoulder this time. Keep that right shoulder flat. You're welcome to straighten the legs if that's good for you. If not, just keep them bent. Maybe put a block under or between your knees. Inhale back through center. If you have a block, you might want to grab it. You're going to first come through a couple of bridge variations and then do some bridge and shoulder stand. So plant your feet basically wherever your arms reach down. It's roughly where your heels should be. Roll your shoulders underneath you a little bit. Lift your hips and just place a block on the low or medium setting, or a pillow, or you don't need one at all. And then we're going to inhale one leg up and then the other leg up. Just point and flex your toes while they're up here. Maybe take some nice circles with them, both directions. What's interesting is this is a lot easier than sitting upright and just trying to lift one leg a couple inches off the ground and pointing and flexing and rotating. Go ahead and just hold them up there for a few breaths, pointed, a few breaths flexed. And slowly release your feet to the earth. Remove the block. We'll come up to a bridge. Inhale and exhale, lift your hips. Maybe bring your hands underneath and interlace your fingers. Maybe come onto your toes. And just breathe from this bridge. Release the grip and slowly release to the earth. You're welcome to do bridge again. Or if wheels in your practice, plant your hands beside your head, fingers facing your body. That's just like a bridge, except you're also going to straighten your arms. So we're going to exhale, rise up, and look forward. If you're in bridge, we need to come out of it. Just bring your chin to your chest, and then gently roll down. Stay in wheel or bridge for a little longer if you can, or if you were in wheel and came out of it, come up to a bridge for a couple breaths. Exhale, release. Before we continue, bring your feet wide at the edge of your mat. Just windshield wiper your knees side to side, continuing to breathe. And then return, and you gotta do another bridge or another wheel, or you're invited to do shoulder stand. Rolling onto your shoulders and rising up, supporting your back with your hands, and your elbows and shoulders make a tripod, taking pressure off your head. And you could come into a plow or handstand or headstand if you prefer, with a wall or without a wall. And slowly release. And then when you're ready, you could do another one or two of those if you'd like, or you can stretch your arms way up overhead and come to Shavasana. Maybe your shoulders come a little closer together in Shavasana as if you're in supported fish, or you could even do supported fish on the low setting. Palms face up, heels in, toes out, legs wide, arms wide. And just breathe and relax. I didn't explicitly set an intention for today's practice because we kind of just got into it. But maybe after this hour, you feel more relaxed, or you feel more patient or calm or kind or loving, and maybe you take that with you throughout your day, beyond yoga to life. Remember to forgive yourself, especially during this time, but at any time. Nothing in life is perfect, and your yoga practice doesn't have to be perfect. And in many ways, your yoga practice helps you accept the imperfections of the world and the universe, and just understand that if you're in a yoga class when yoga classes are opening, and if someone's cell phone goes off, who cares? If someone has to leave early, maybe they have to go see someone in the hospital, or maybe they can only get 45 minutes in for the class that day. Just use your own power to block out any frustrations or distractions, and be at peace with yourself and those around you. Slowly start to bring some life back to your hands and feet, maybe wiggling your toes and fingers, or maybe windshield wipering your wrists and ankles side to side. Stretch those arms up overhead again, heels far away. Bring your knees to your chest. Gently rock side to side. Bring one arm up overhead and roll to that side for a couple breaths. And then slowly work your way up to a seated pose. Normally I start with seated. Today, it's a very brief part of our practice. If you watch my practice every day, I just don't want you to get bored doing the same stuff over and over again. So it's nice to mix it up once in a while. Good. Inhale, arms up overhead, and exhale, release. And do this a couple more times with your own breath, very deliberately and slowly, and just reflect on how you feel now compared to how you felt an hour ago. And then one more time up overhead. Bring your hands to heart center, thumbs to your sternum. Your fingers are spread wide. Bow forward. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you in your practice today. I wish you a lot of patience and good health and calmness through this coronavirus quarantine. And hopefully, yoga can help you keep your immune system strong and avoid catching it, or if you have it, help you through it. I bow to the light and sound and all of you. Namaste. Thank you. And as always, if you have any questions or feedback, send them my way. I will see you soon. Thanks. Bye bye.